Hey guys, it's Jeff and Maya again with Hineni. In our last show, we did something fun where we just talked about something else besides gems, which is perspective. Jeff shared his take, the difference between having a perspective versus having perspective. I think you did a great job, Jeff.
Thanks, glad you enjoyed that.
You showed us how we can take ourselves from being a selfie and more of an ussy. If you missed our last show, the link is provided below, and we hope that you'll give it a look. Today, we want to introduce you to a Hebrew word, which is Hineni. We called our channel and our social media page Hineni, so I thought it would be nice to just know what that word actually means. The translation of Hineni means here I am, and Jeff is here to elaborate on a deeper meaning of what Hineni means.
So as Maya mentioned, Hineni is a Hebrew word that translates as here I am, but there's a far deeper meaning to Hineni. Hineni is really all about being present in the moment, present and connected in our relationships and to everything that's going on around us at all times. We want to be intentional in everything that we do. And life is really all about the journey, not the end result. And we really need to be fully present in every moment to enjoy the journey and just see where it takes us. And so we wanted to introduce where the name of Hineni Gems came from, what it actually means, because I'm sure people are curious about it. We get asked about it all the time. And so we wanted to kind of present that. But again, life is all about the journey. And we want to enjoy that journey, and you never know where it's going to take you and what kind of beauty may come as a result of it. And so with that, I think we're going to take a look at an opal journey that I went on recently here, not a geographical journey, but a journey in cutting some gems. So let's take a look at a piece of rough here that I was lucky enough to pick up from Dean Laperna of Gallery TCR. Thank you so much, Dean. Truly appreciate it. This thing is loaded with little nuts of opal color. As they're called, it's a choroid boulder opal, and it's a conglomerate one with lots of bits of opal in it that I needed to kind of navigate my way through. So let me show you what it started looking at, and then I'll kind of take you to the end of that journey and show you what we ended up with. So what you see here is a piece of choroid boulder opal rough that I picked up from Dean. And this thing is just loaded with all sorts of bits of colors. I was very, very lucky to get my hands on this. This is a pretty unique looking piece. The hard thing to decide, first of all, was I going to keep it as a specimen or was I actually going to cut it? And there was just too much gemmy color to not at least try and navigate my way through it and cut it into some individual gems. And so it's all about enjoying the process and the journey because I had no idea if, as I started diving in and cutting it apart, if it was going to hold together or if it was going to start to come apart in unforeseen places. But I just enjoyed the process and started deciding where to slice and dice it. Starting across where I just ran my thumb to kind of get at those top pieces and then see what other color was hiding underneath. And I ended up getting quite a number of really nice gems from this piece. I was very, very lucky that it did hold together. And so what I want to do is give you a view of what I ended up getting from it now.
Okay, so here's one of the pieces that I was able to cut out of that big chunk of rough. And this one just came out to be absolutely gorgeous. Took a beautiful polish on that nice, hard, dark ironstone matrix. And really does look like a tree trunk going up into these fall colored leaves with a kind of a maybe a sunset sky behind it and some roots that are lighting up there. You can see little bits of flashes of blue and green. And then on the back side, this one's actually double-sided. What does that look like to you?
Map of the United States.
Yeah, kind of almost does, right? With Maine up there and Florida down in here. Very cool little piece. Another one that I was able to cut into a similar shape that also has just some beautiful gemmy color in it. Some nice metallic rivulets kind of running through in the bottom. Just beautiful stuff. And again, took a nice polish to it. Just really cool material. I was very, very lucky that I was able to get my saw in between the areas of color and be able to get these stones to hold together. And this one has little pockets of beautiful, watery, metallic gorgeousness in a couple of different places on the ends and then on this face as well. And I wish you guys could really see the patterning that's in there through a loop. You can just stare at it for hours. It's absolutely beautiful. This little guy has ridiculous gemmy color in it.
Yeah, that looks delicious.
That blue-green in the center there is just spectacular, super bright.
Super, super bright.
And this one actually has this beautiful crystal pocket sitting here on the end as well. So when this gets mounted in a piece of jewelry, I'll probably have to cut down the bezel on that side because I don't want to cover up all of that beautiful color on the end there. Just gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And this one doesn't have the super metallic-y material, but just took a beautiful polish with all of these little nuggets in it on both sides. And then this is the super gemmy little pool of sparkly water there on the left side. Really cool. And you got this little metallic-y pocket sitting down in here as well.
Great for pendants.
Yes, beautiful pendant stone for sure, with that beautiful, sexy drop shape, right? Could go that way, or it could be mounted this way as well. Then I was able to cut this beautiful kite shape. Again, some nice metallic little rivers sitting in here. And I love the pattern in this little pool of blue and green that's sitting up here.
Look, that green color.
Just a beautiful stone. Backside polished up nicely as well. And here's a nice little round that has some great flash to it as well in that one little pool.
A lot of sparkle.
Yeah, really cool little stone. And this one just had a couple of small little pockets, but man, are they pretty. And this one has that nice little pool on the back side as well.
Look at that. You see that? A little flash of blue.
Yep. Yep, that really gemmy little flash right there at the tip of my thumb. And we have another kite I was able to cut. And this one just looks like a river rolling along across the top side of that. Just beautiful stuff. I love this material. Love Corite material because you can really get an idea of how the water flowed through the ironstone matrix before forming a gel and hardening to form the opal. And this one is a really interesting pentagon shape. And I cut it that way just because there were all these little nuggets of color flashing all over the place. And so that way I was able to get a bunch of them into one stone where they would have been too small to kind of stand alone as individual stones.
Look at how it looks like an aquarium there. You see that on the top?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that pretty? Just makes you feel like you're in the ocean, you know, on the beach.
It's appropriate because, of course, opal starts its life as water, right? Makes perfect sense. And I love this gemmy little green pocket on the left side here. And then one last one that came from that group, kind of a funky shape because of some of the fractures that were in the original stone, but I didn't want to lose this color. So I was able to cut it into this shape. But I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful over on the edge. Nice little pocket right there, a little pool with an island in the center.
Any cat lovers? It looks like a cat.
It does. It looks like cat ears, right?
Yeah.
And Got a little bit of color on the back side, not as good on that back side. So this is the side that I would definitely mount in jewelry. Yeah, I just love that pocket on the side there. So I would definitely leave that side of the bezel open or prong set this just so that that doesn't get covered up.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives you an idea of where this journey ended up. It was a fun journey to go on, starting with that one big piece of conglomerate rough.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of fun to cut, and pretty much everything I cut from it turned into an actual, jewelry mountable gem. So I was very, very happy with it.
Mm-hmm. Right, cool. That's beautiful gems. So, how long did it take you to do this?
I probably had about 4 or 5 hours of cutting and shaping and polishing in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe a little bit longer.
Right.
It was a while ago, so it's hard to say.
Wow, these are crazy. That's amazing. It's really nice. You did a great job.
Thank you.
So with that said, that's the meaning of Hineni is just being present. So that's the reason why we have a slogan where it says we're being present is the essence of finding true inner beauty. So we hope that you find your inner beauty anywhere that wherever you connect with, whether it's walking in the park or at your workplace or writing or wherever activity leads you. That Hineni is everywhere and being present, and it's all about connecting, whether it's yourself or with somebody else. We hope that you enjoy this show, and we'll see you next time on Thursday, same time, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.